Namaste and hello. This is your Sanskrit instructor, welcoming you back into lesson number 117, where we will be learning about a different way on how to conjugate a verb. So far, we learned about the present tense, the imperfect tense, and the imperative mood. And now, in this lesson, we are going to learn about the potential mood, or in other words, the optative mood. In Sanskrit, the potential mood is known as vidhiling, vidhiling, and the potential mood is used for the following reasons. Number one, to express a wish or a request. Number two, to express an advice. Number three, to express possibility or doubt. Number four, to express probability or near future. Number five, two conditional clauses. The formation of the base follows the rules given for the present tense of the first, fourth, sixth, and 10th conjugations, just like how we have always been doing. And that's why we spend so much time on these conjugations, because it's setting up a foundation for these different types of conjugations. And then, as usual, after you set up your verbal base, as have you always done for the present tense, you add a at the end, and then you add your terminations. But in this case, the exception is that since all of the terminations for the potential mood begin with long E, the combination of the final that you add to the base and you combine that with E, that E termination always ends up turning into A, because you have that Sandhi rule, A plus E gives you A. So I'm going to show you the terminations for both Parasmaipadi and Atmanepadi. And as always, I will draw a line in the middle. And remembering that Parasmaipadi is for the active voice and Atmanepadi is for the middle voice, you have the termination endings for both here. So we'll go over them, but remember that all of these long E's that you're seeing here is going to turn into the A, just like how it was mentioned earlier, because A plus E, the A that you're going to add at the end of the verbal base before you add on these terminations, it's going to make it turn into A anyway. So let's start with the Parasmaipadi termination ending. So you have third person, singular, dual, and plural, eat, eatam, and iyuhu. For second person, singular, dual, and plural, we have ih, itam, and ita. For first person, singular, dual, and plural, we have iyam, eva, and ima for first person. And then for Atmanepadi in the middle voice, for third person, singular, dual, and plural, we have ita, iyatam, and iran. Then for second person, singular, dual, and plural, we have itah, iyatam, and idwam. And then for first person, singular, dual, and plural, we have iya, ivahi, and imahi. Now remember, this would end up being eight, etam, eyuh, because of the vowel sandhi. Okay? Even for Atmanepadi, eight, eyatam, and eran. Instead of these e's, you're going to replace all of them with the a's. And we will show you two examples for bhu, and we're going to conjugate bhu and mrig in the potential mood, and bhu is going to represent our parasmaipada, our parasmaipadi, the active voice, and the middle voice will be represented by mrig. So atmani padi. So you see that right here, that if you compare the termination endings to what you're seeing here, In all of them, you're seeing the vowel sign A that is being replaced by the long E. So let us get starting pronouncing them together. Let's start with bhu, to become. So bhu is conjugated in first person. So to form the verbal base, bhu takes gurna and then it becomes bhav. Then you add a. And then when you add your termination endings that begin with e, etc., then this e and is going to combine together to give you the a vowel sign. And that's how you end up with third person, singular, dual, and plural. We have bhavet, bhavetam, and then bhaveyuhu. For second person, singular, dual, and plural, we have bhavehi, bhavetam, and bhavet. Bhaveta, actually. Second person plural is bhaveta. Then for first person, singular, dual, and plural, we have bhaveyam, bhaveva, and bhavema. Now, mrig, to search, it's in Atmanepada. So this was actually the 10th conjugation. So what happens in the 10th conjugation? It's one of those 10th conjugation verbs that are irregular. And that's why the medial vowel does not take gurna. So mrig in the 10th conjugation becomes mregaya because you're adding the ai. And then you add your so you end up with mregaya. And then you have mregai plus gives you mregaya. So you basically end up with this, and then you add your termination ending plus e, your e termination ending, etc. So the plus the e is going to again give you the a termination endings instead of the e termination endings. So that's how you end up with third person, singular, dual, and plural. You end up with mrigayeta. Then for dual, you have mrigayeyatam. Then you have mrigayeran. So that was for third person, singular, dual, and plural. For second person, singular, dual, and plural, you have mrigayetaha, then mrigayeyatam, then you have mrigayedhwam. And then for first person, singular, dual, and plural, in the middle voice, you have mrigayeya, mrigayevahi, and mrigayemahi. So these are examples on how to conjugate verbs in both the active and middle voice in the potential mood. And it's quite easy knowing that the Sandhi rule applies to all of them, and it's convenient that all of them starts with the long E. So instead of memorizing this table, you can just memorize the endings without the but whatever is preferable to you as long as the conjugation is correct. And these are the conditions for the potential mood. And this is your Sanskrit instructor signing off with a namaste.